Welcome to Strength for Generations, the go-to podcast for Christian families who want to build strength, restore energy, and deepen connection with God at the center. Hi, I'm Christa Baker, Christian health coach, wife, mom, and co-founder of Baker Family Fitness. Have you tried it all? The diets, the workouts, the supplements, yet still feel stuck? Do you find yourself too drained to connect with your family, lead with purpose, or live out the calling God's placed on your life? Then you're in the right place. I'm here to help you honor God with your health and bring peace back to the process, to simplify what it means to build strength in your body, renew your mind, and care for your spirit, all without losing precious time with your family. Each week, you'll be encouraged by God's Word, inspired by real stories, and equipped with the tools you need to succeed, with trusted experts and conversations that help you grow stronger in body, mind, and spirit. So grab your coffee or your ribeye, and let's do this His way. Welcome back to another episode of Strength for Generations. I'm Christa Baker, your podcast host, and I'm so excited that you're here. Now, my friends, today's episode is different. Instead of me just teaching you, I'm going to coach you. I'm going to walk you through the exact framework I use with my private coaching clients to help them become their 2.0 version. The same questions I ask on discovery calls, the same process that helps people finally break through after years of being stuck. By the end of this episode, you'll have a complete clarity on where you are, where you want to be, and what's really holding you back. But here's what I need from you. Please don't just listen to this episode. Participate in it. Grab a notebook, find a quiet space, and be honest with yourself. Because the questions I'm about to ask you have the power to change everything, but only if you're willing to go deep. Over the past 14 years of coaching, I've worked with over 1,000 people. And I've noticed something. Most people think they know what their problem is. They'll tell me they need to lose weight. They'll tell me they just need more discipline. They'll tell me they just need a better plan. But that's never the real problem. The real problem is always deeper. The framework I'm about to share with you is designed to get past the surface level stuff and help you discover what's really going on. This is the same process that has helped busy moms go from exhausted to energized. The same process that has helped dads go from feeling weak to feeling strong and capable. The same process that has helped couples reconnect with each other and with their bodies. And today, it's going to help you discover your path to becoming your 2.0 version. Let's start with what's going on. What is currently happening with your health, your fitness, your wellness? I want you to tell me honestly, what is happening? What is going on? What is your current situation? What are you feeling in your body right now? I want you to write it down. Do not sugarcoat this. Get real where you are today. Get as deep and real with where you currently are. Use descriptive words. I'm here. This is what's going on. This is how I'm feeling. I want you to get really, really deep here, my friends. Okay. Now let's talk about your goals. What are your goals when it comes to your health? What do you actually want? So if I could just snap my finger and you can, just be this next person, what does it look like for you? What do you want your health to look like? What is your ultimate goal? What do you want to see happen? Take some time, write it out. Not just I don't want you to think about just weight or fitness. I want you to think about with your life. What do you want to see happen with your life, with your family, with your legacy? What's the bigger picture here? Okay, now here's where we get real. Where's this pain impacting you and your relationships? So we have these things that are going on. We know that they're causing us to struggle, to stumble, whatever that is, to cause us to feel not confident, weak, tired, disconnected. So I want you to think about really deeply, how is you not feeling well impacting you and your relationships? How is it impacting your marriage? And relationships, there's many relationships. We have relationships at work. How does you not feeling well show up at the office? How does it show up being a team player when you're not feeling good, when you're not feeling confident? You're at the, maybe standing in front of a boardroom and you're presenting something, but you're insecure in your suit. You're not feeling confident. You're not feeling motivated, powerful. and you want to be up there and feel those things. So I really want you to dig deep at this point. How is this impacting your marriage? Do you feel like you can connect with your partner the way that you would like to? Are you not taking your shirt off in front of that partner or keeping the lights off in the room because you have so much shame connected to how you look in your own body and how you feel in your own skin? How does this show up in your parenting? I have been on a lot of calls with a lot of people, and there's something that I commonly hear is like, I'm so impatient with my kids. I'm snapping at them all the time. I'm short with them. I just don't feel like I'm giving them what they need, or I feel like I'm a bad mom because I don't have time to make healthy meals for my kids. Whatever that is, I want you to think about how you not feeling well is impacting your parenting. How is it impacting your ability to serve, to show up? You know, when you like, they're like, oh, we need somebody to come in, and you want to fill in, but you're like, I need just extra sleep, or I don't want to do those things. I don't have the energy to run after those junior kindergarten kids, or whatever that looks like, but you want to do it, right? So how is this impacting your ability to serve? And right now I'm just getting this thought about people that really want to serve. Let's say they want to go on missions trips and they are unable to keep up with the amount of walking or the amount of, they just don't have the energy to do it, but they want to. So remember, you not being well, how is that showing up in your ability to serve? How about in being God honoring? A lot of us connect guilt to us not feeling well because we want to be able to do all these other things, and we want to show God like, hey, I'm grateful for this body that you gave me, but our actions aren't really aligning with that. So once again, think about how you not feeling well is impacting that relationship with God. Your health impacts everything. Every area of life, it has like a trickle effect. It will show up somewhere in some way. So I really, really want you to think about that so deeply. So tell me, how is your current health situation showing up in these areas? Does it show up in your confidence, in your intimacy, your energy? Be honest. Does it show up in how you model to your kids? Do you feel like you're neglecting them in ways because you've neglected yourself? That example, like you want to be a good example, but this is showing up and you're not proud of yourself because you're not giving them the things that you know that you want to be able to do. Are you teaching your kids that health matters or that it's optional? Are you operating from strength or from depletion? Are you caring for the body he gave you? Are you treating it as a temple or are you neglecting it? Let's talk a little bit about doubt, because I know you have some. Everyone does. What's stopping you from doing this? What's stopping you from figuring this out on your own? And a lot of people might say that this is the excuse part. I don't think of it that way personally. But what is truly stopping you from figuring out how to feel well, how to be healthy? What makes you think that you need help? Here's what I see. And I'll ask this on every single call. There's typically 3 reasons why people are stuck. One of them is that there's a lack of knowledge. So I don't know how to fix my hormones. I don't know how to lose weight. I don't know how to, all the things that I've read about, it's just too much. There's too much information out there, and I don't know how to figure all that out. Okay, so that's what I would call a knowledge gap. There's a knowledge issue, and you don't know how to figure it out. The second reason why people are stuck is a lack of consistency. I know exactly what I should be doing. I know I need to work out. I know I need to strength train. I know I need to eat better. I know I need to do all these different things. Okay? But I never stick to it long term. Meaning, I'll do it for a short burst. And that short burst is like, something comes up, kids get sick, whatever, I get derailed. maybe a thing at work or I travel or whatever. There's always something that's going to get in the way. And I don't consistently stick to it. So first, we've got a lack of knowledge. Second, we've got a lack of consistency. And third, there's a combination of both. I want you to think about it very deeply right now. Which one are you? Which one stands out to you the most? Okay? And why? What makes you say that? And I'll hear a lot of different answers at this point. Most people will say both. Some people will say, oh, it's just a consistency thing. I know exactly what to do. But when we've had the conversation a little bit later and we talk about, the things that we've tried, I'm like, well, you've tried some things that should work, but you've never stuck to it long enough. So think about it deeply right now. Write your answer down. What makes you say that? Then I want you to think about, do you have a predictable process that you can rely on? A system that you can trust that will work if you follow it? Okay, that's that knowledge piece. Do you have something that you can actually follow through on? Or are you just winging it and hoping for the best? Okay, now let's talk about what have we done? What have we tried before? How long have we been struggling with this? What's worked and what hasn't? So here's what I typically hear. Well, I've done keto. It worked. I lost like 40 pounds and it just didn't stay that way. Well, it didn't stay that way because we didn't stay doing that same thing that was pretty extreme, right? We didn't find the thing that was actually sustainable for your life, for your family, for your household. And so I've heard things like, all the things like I've tried CrossFit. I've tried going to the gym. I've tried going to Group X classes. I've tried the boot camp classes down the road. I've tried going to a dietitian. I've tried. So think about the things that you know work and think what doesn't. And then I often hear at this point too is, well, the things that used to work don't work for me anymore. Anybody? Can I get an amen to that? Because here's the thing. A lot of us treat ourselves, like maybe our 40-year-old self, the same way we did when we were 20, and we're expecting the same result. But hey, maybe you didn't have kids back then. Maybe you didn't have a mortgage to pay off. Maybe you didn't have perimenopause happening. So why do you think you keep ending up back where you started? Okay. And another thing is like, sometimes it's back where you started and then some, because maybe the Ozempic didn't go the same way that we thought it was going to. And maybe that magic pill didn't work, or that one vitamin or that nutrient or that thing that you removed. It just didn't go as well as you thought it was going to be. And so it rebounded and we got worse. Okay. Now, not the most, but a very, 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 very important piece right now, my friends. Why does this matter? Why not just wait? Like, why would this even matter to you right now? Like, not tomorrow, not next month, right now. What is shifting inside of you that is making this feel urgent? I really want you to think about this. What's your breaking point? What's the moment that made you realize you can't keep living this way? Was it a photo? Was it not being able to keep up with your kids? Was it feeling disconnected from your spouse? Was it realizing you're not modeling what you want to model? What's it costing you to stay where you are? Not just physically, emotionally, relationally, spiritually. What is the real cost of not changing? How would you feel if another 5 years, one more year goes by and nothing changes? And then another 5 years goes by. I often hear, especially with where we are timeline-wise, we all know what happened 5 years ago. And I've heard, all the things like, it's been since then that I've been this derailed. Okay, well, what happens if another 5 years goes by and we stay? Are we going to stay where we are? Or do you think it's just going to continually get worse? I often hear, well, I don't want to end up like my parents, or I don't want to end up sick in a hospital. I don't want to live like this anymore. What is that moment for you? What if you're still having this same conversation with yourself? You're still tired. You're still uncomfortable in your body. You're still wishing things were different, but you're not doing anything about it. Really want you to sit with that for a minute. I'm praying that you're writing down something right now and that this is touching your heart, because I want you to think, what happens if more time goes by of me not feeling well? This pain that you're feeling right now, this, my friends, is your why. This is what's going to drive you when motivation runs out. This is what's going to keep you going when things get hard. I'm going to share with you my why. My why. So a lot of people think that taking care of yourself is selfish. And like you've probably heard me say, I don't do self-love club. Okay. That's the world's way. I do biblical health. And I know God says that I'm supposed to steward my body well so that I can do all the things that He has planned for me. But my why is actually goes a little bit deeper in a sense of how I obviously show up for my family. But I made a decision, I think maybe in my early 30s. And I said to myself, I started seeing a lot of people get sick around me. And I said, I'm never going to die of a disease. That is not how I'm leaving this earth. Whatever way God's going to take me, He's going to take me. But I am so adamant that it's not going to be from a disease. And the reason why I kind of went that way was obviously seeing so many people. And I'm like, a lot of these things are very treatable. If we make a lot of the changes, we can actually change this. We could do something about this. A lot of these things can be reversed or not happen at all. And so my why is also so that Casey and Bailey don't have to take care of me when I've, aged a bit, because I didn't take care of me. You see, I want them to go and live their fruitful and joyful young lives. And, there's this sandwich generation, I'm in it, where you see your parents struggling. I have one that's struggling, one that's very unwell, and it hurts. It's painful. It's really painful to witness. And then I'm still caring for my young children. So I'm right in the middle, and you're being pulled in so many different directions. And so my why right now is that I'm able to show up wherever I can in all of these situations so that Casey and Bailey don't have to care for me when I'm older or feel that level of pain. And so, my friends, that's something I want you to think about. Why does this even matter to you? Okay. Now we're going to shift this a little bit. So this is when we start talking about our 2.0 version. We know where we are. We know what hasn't worked. We know what we've done, what we've tried. We know that we don't want to feel like this anymore. We're feeling probably a little bit crappy at this point because you're like, it's pretty bad. Okay. But now I want you to think about the person that you want to become, not just physically, your whole person. And we could touch on the physical stuff because I think it's very important that we do and we don't skirt around that. Okay. So let's just say you and I are having this conversation this time next year and you've become this 2.0 version. Okay. What does that conversation sound like? Let's say, I don't know if any of you have read any of the transformation or the testimonial stories that I've written about clients that I've worked with. Let's say I'm writing your testimony. What does that testimony say? What are you telling me about your transformation? What do you want your story to read? I really want you to get specific with this. This is a hard thing for a lot of people to do. I know I've walked a lot of people through it. So I want you to think about it as if you're going to fill in the blanks. We're going first person. And so as your 2.0 version, answer this. I am ... Okay, you need to fill in your own blank here. I feel... What does that feel like for you? I have energy to... I love it. Sounds amazing. My marriage is beautiful. As a parent, Sounds so good. In my service to God, when I look in the mirror, I hope that one says I love myself. My kids see me as, for me, it's the Proverbs 31 woman. I'm going to give you some examples of what I hear from my clients. I am confident and strong in my body. I feel energized throughout the day. I have energy to connect with my husband after the kids go to bed. My marriage is thriving because I'm not too tired to invest in it. As a parent, I'm patient and present because I'm not running on empty. In my service to God, I can show up fully because I'm operating from strength, not depletion. When I look in the mirror, I see someone who's honoring God with their body. My kids see me as someone who takes care of himself, and models what it's meant to be a good steward. Now, what does your 2.0 version look like? How does she show up? How does he lead? What kind of examples are they setting? I really want you to see this person. I never glance over this time with anybody. I don't care what's happening around me. Time's running out and I got to get on another call. Whatever it is, I don't care. I am sitting there with this person and we are picturing this 2.0 version of ourselves. I really want you to see this person, feel what it would feel like to be them. Maybe you're crying right now because you can't even imagine. What does that feel like? Think about what it's like to have their energy, that confidence, their peace, that strength. This, my friends, is your 2.0 version. And now that we've done this work, here's what I do with that. This is how I coach my clients to become their 2.0 version. It's actually pretty simple. Every decision you make, you're going to ask yourself one question. Is this decision helping me become my 2.0 version, or am I still operating as my 1.0 version, like my 1.0 self? When you're deciding what you're going to eat for breakfast, is this helping me become my 2.0 version, or is it keeping me 1.0? When you're deciding whether you're going to go to bed early or scroll your phone, is this helping me become my 2.0 version or keeping me as a 1.0? When you're deciding whether you're going to move your body or skip it because you're busy, is this helping me become my 2.0 version or keeping me as my 1.0? When you're deciding, how do I respond to this stress? That's a good one. That's a deep one. Is this 2.0 version of myself or is that 1.0? Can I stay calm in this moment right now? Because I know that stress is going to impact me. Think about it. Every choice is either going to move you towards it or it's going to keep you stuck. There's no neutral. And I'll be honest with you, this is still work that I'm currently working on. I was just at church and they have this 911 plan that I thought was really awesome. And it was newer for me to see. I know I'd listened to some of the trainings on it before, but doing it myself was different. I'm always wanting to coach others and do it, but I was like, oh, I should do this for myself. Well, we were encouraged to. And there's different parts of our lives that we know create wellness. And obviously, if you've heard from me, mind, body, and spirit are very important to me. And so it said, how are you on a scale of 10, 1 to 10 in your body, in your spiritual walk, in your, in your life group, all the different sections, different areas of wellness. And I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling pretty good. I was I feel like I'm a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. There was an area that I actually wasn't truly 100% honest. As I left, I thought about it and I've been reflecting on it. And there's a level of my own personal struggles when it comes to my own body. Right now, I've struggled with body image issues, but because I've had to not flip flop, but I can only train. I can't train the way I really want to. I'm just being frank. And it's been 20 months and it's with this injury, it's been kind of weighing me down. And then working on some of my organ health stuff, there's been areas that I'll still get a little trigger every once in a while and it's so much better. And I know I'm on this path of healing and it's amazing, but I've struggled and I should not have given myself a 9 out of 10 in that one. Are the decisions I'm making today, Like, I haven't gone for my walk yet, and I know that's something that helps me feel better. So am I going to do it before I, park my butt down on the couch or not? And so that's where those decisions that we make all day long are moving us toward 2.0, or they're keeping us, stuck in that 1.0. But this is really how transformation happens. It's never going to be through perfect plans. It's not through extreme measures, but through consistent choices consistent choices that align with you and who you want to become. I had a conversation with a woman that I work with who is just a light in my life, and God was so gracious to bring her to into my world. And I remember after about 2 months of working together, she said to me, Christa, you always ask me, you always talk to me about this 2.0 version of myself. She's like, well, I can safely say I'm 1.5, and I'm really starting to like her. And that will stick in my mind forever, because that, first of all, as her coach, brought me so much joy. As her friend, as someone who cares about her, I was just like, this is beautiful. Like, when you see someone just being uplifted and being really understanding what that looks like, that's why she continues to show up. It's why she keeps working towards that version of herself that she really wants to be. And the other people that get impacted by that are her family members, her husband, her friends, all the people that are surrounding her. I mean, her mom started walking with her and started feeling better and making some changes too. And she's not even in my coaching program. And I was like, this is amazing. That is the generational stuff that we are doing, my friends. Your 2.0 version actually already exists. She's just there waiting for you. He's there. He's ready to emerge. He wants to come out powerful. But they're only going to show up when you start making decisions from that identity instead of your current circumstances. Here's what I know about you. You wouldn't be listening to this if you weren't ready for a change. You wouldn't have gone through this exercise if you were content staying where you are. Something inside of you is stirring. Something is saying it's time. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because awareness without action is just information. And information without implementation, it doesn't change anything. We can have all the information in the world. Trust me, we are overloaded with information. I don't know about you guys, but you just click a little button and you can have all the information in the world. It's all about execution at this part. We don't need more information. You can go back to your life and pretend this conversation didn't happen. You can tell yourself you'll deal with it later. You can keep making the same choices and hoping for different results. Or you can decide that today is the day you start becoming your 2.0 version. The framework I just walked you through is the same process I use with every one of my clients. These questions reveal everything: your pain, your motivation, your vision, and your readiness. If you went through this exercise and realized you're ready to become your 2.0 version, I really want to hear from you. Send me a DM on Instagram, Baker Family Fitness, and tell me what stood out to you the most today. I love hearing things like this. Please, I'm serious. Do not hesitate. You can email me, support@bakerfamilyfitness.com. Please tell me what your breakthrough moment is in this conversation. Tell me your 2.0 version. Please share. I personally read every message, and I'd love to hear about your vision for your transformation. But don't just message me to chat. Message me if you're ready to do something about it as well. Because I only work with people who are done making excuses and ready to make changes. I know that might sound pretty harsh, the excuses part, but when we move from this pre-contemplation to actually, let's do this thing, success is so high. I have a very high success rate with the clients that I work with. And I would be honored just to even have a conversation with you to see if this might be something that we could do together. You're not alone. You're never alone. Don't just take this information and do nothing with it. Whether it's with me, maybe it's somewhere else with someone else, but please take this time to move forward in action. So let me close with a prayer for everyone who's been on this journey with me today. Father, thank you for meeting us in this space of honesty and vulnerability. Thank you for the bodies you've given us and the lives you've entrusted to us. I pray for everyone listening who's realized that they're ready for change. Lord, give them courage. Give them everything that they need. Meet their needs right now, Lord, in your beautiful and mighty name. Amen. Thanks for tuning in to Strength for Generations. If this episode encouraged you, it would be a blessing if you took a quick minute to leave a 5-star review. It helps more families hear this message and find hope for their health and faith journey. You can also share this episode to your stories and tag us. God might use your post to encourage someone who really needs it today. And if you're ready for your next step, go to bakerfamilyfitness.com and join the 5-day Move Mountains method. It's a powerful journey to renew your health, strength, and mind. It includes daily video teachings and workbooks. You're going to discover your why. We're going to get into daily habits and movement. You're going to learn about food and fuel. We're going to learn about perseverance and consistency. And most importantly, legacy and generational health. If you feel stuck or unsure of where to start, this is for you. And don't forget to eat steaks, lift weights, love Jesus, and keep doing it His way.